It's win or go home. Kings, Mavs, Wednesday nights. We're doing this on a Tuesday. How are you feeling? In 24 hours, we're getting ready for tip-off.
I feel fine. I don't feel, and I think I'll be excited tomorrow.
See the smile?
Yeah.
I didn't have this earlier because I took a bite of something and my veneer popped off and I was toothless up front for a second. I got it fixed, but I'm all smiles now, not only because it's fixed, but I got to be honest, I'm feeling pretty loose going into the game tomorrow. Maybe I'm just setting myself up for heartbreak Morgan Reagan, but I'm telling you right now, maybe it's postseason Deuce. I am feeling good about the Kings' chances against the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay. I think you have been, though, for a while.
No, but even a little better right now. I think the Kings have the horses to get it done. And it's not even about Dallas's talent. Like, I look at what their potential is as a group defensively, especially if you got Kyrie in the fold for a guy that could change everything with the offense, too, with AD. It's nasty. But these guys haven't played together a lot.
Yeah.
And we went back and watched some of the the Mavs game against the Clippers. They played 2 games there. I'm trying to find like a sample where you see like Lively in some games and AD.
I know. Small sample size,
Yes.
but I like some of the things that we picked out.
Now, a couple of plays I want to look at right away is just something that we've talked a lot about, and that is like the Kings have to get out and push the pace. Make or miss. Now, let's look at this first play from that Mavs-Clippers matchup. Clay gets a look from 3. You secure the rebound. That's going to be big for Sacramento. But watch Harden push ahead to get a look for Powell.
And Harden isn't the fastest guy in the world. And you saw with the Mavs, not everybody got back. How many bodies are actually back here in transition? You got 1, 2, and then you have Lively right there coming down to just make a little chaos, right? But James Harden, again, not the fastest guy on the floor, just took a few big dribbles down the floor. You push it against this Mavs team, they don't want to run.
Get the ball ahead. Now, of course, with AD being in Dallas, he gets to play the 4 again, which he likes. That gives him a lot of flexibility, especially defensively. And, he likes to shoot 3 sometimes. And I think teams are going to live with this. This one's pretty bad. You miss the 3. Look how fast they get up and down the floor. Kawhi just beats everybody down. And what's crazy about this play is, Anthony Davis is the guy that's shooting the 3. You expect him to be back in the picture. Him and Dinwiddie are just kind of jogging back.
They're jogging, but also, AD it doesn't even start to backpedal back. And again, not acting like he's going to make these same mistakes tomorrow in a win or go home game.
Sure.
But at the same time, we're still pointing out something that we've seen with Anthony Davis throughout at different points of his career as well.
The other reality is we're saying this too because the last thing you want from Sacramento's standpoint is to be in half-court basketball.
Yes.
One, because the Kings don't seem like they're very good in the half-court sets, right? In addition to that, against this defense, with their length and
they
size,
switch everything though too. So they're going to be blowing up the pick and roll. They're going to be just screwing with the Kings half-court offense and what they want to do in those 2-man games. So no, you're exactly right. Just capitalize on the mistakes that they're going to make. Okay, shoot a 3 and then still knock it back. And AD also not even stopping ball in this transition defense situation. So hopefully we see a little more of that tomorrow.
On this play, Kawhi Leonard is going a little ISO, and you can expect like DeMar DeRozan be ISO. He's going to draw doubles sometimes. You got to be quick with your decisions, and the Kings have shooting everywhere. I thought Harden did a great job attacking this closeout by Anthony Davis.
Yeah, a little pump fake, get him up in the air, and then get something else to go. Again, you're going to have those open looks from the outside. James Harden can even shoot that if he really wanted to, even with AD running out on him. But at the same time, he had a better look at a shot, getting closer and closer into the paint. Don't be afraid to go for your floaters, to go for your mid-range shot, because sure, that rim protection is going to be there. Doesn't mean you still can't get into the paint, especially if you're missing your outside shots.
Now, something the Kings can't do, and we've seen them do it too often this year.
What?
Standing around, half-court
Did you just
offense,
huff?
stagnant basketball.
Oh, yeah.
They fall in these habits, and it's just,
That's why you
makes
huffed.
your brain melt. Well, here's an example of this happening, right, with James Harden. He has a matchup he thinks he likes with Dinwiddie on him, but there's no movement. The paint is packed, and he just gets swallowed up inside by P.J. Washington.
Yeah, and by the way, it could happen at times.
Sure.
I mean, it's something you might even see DeMar try and go for something. Learn from your mistakes. Adjust from a mistake like that, right? Because you want to make sure that you're remaining aggressive. But if you don't have it, stop, take a 2-footed jump stop, look around, be patient with it because there are going to be open people on the outside. But I'm with you when it comes to the ISO thing and you see too many bodies standing around there, not relocating up.
Okay, looking at the Mavs offensively, Anthony Davis obviously has tremendous size. It's going to be interesting to see what the Kings do. Do they put Sabonis on the star or is it Keegan Murray? All I know is AD is going to be hunting for favorable matchups. In this situation, he's got Kawhi Leonard on him, one of the best defenders in the league. And I think Kawhi does a great job of really being in his airspace, right? And pressuring him into the corner. And then the Zubats with the help. And sure, it's Norm Powell who's defending Lively, but you are using Zubats as a defender.
Yep.
You got Kawhi with the pressure. And of course, that baseline.
I was going to say, don't forget the baseline, the real MVP. And that's what Kawhi was doing with his body and with his size, angling AD to the baseline. And it's like you said, everyone's just going to have to be on a string like that, talking it up, making sure they understand the assignment to make AD's life way more difficult.
Yeah, because if that pressure is not there, AD can do a lot with that basketball. All of a sudden, he's throwing lobs to Lively or he's getting by his man. And so Sacramento, of course, is nowhere near the defensive team that the Clippers are.
No.
But they have a guy in Keegan Murray who may get some matchups against AD, and he's got to make him really work. This next play is pretty nasty. A little big-to-big action between Lively and AD, and I got to be honest, this type of play worries me when it comes to Sacramento Kings defending it. Kawhi does a great job helping and just ripping the ball out of the air. But, from Sacramento's standpoint, you're going, okay.
Who's going to be Kawhi?
Is that going to be DeMar DeRozan? Like, are we going to read that? Or is that going to just be an easy jam for Lively? Like, that is very unique to have that type of action.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, obviously, we think about the Kings in that last Clippers game and just how good the Clippers are on both ends, but defensively, especially, what type of threat they pose with their size. And the Kings obviously lack that. But at the same time, you got to put yourself in the right position. You got to be there on time. You got to make sure you're keeping your hands up. It's going to be difficult. But what I would do right there is kind of stunt the way that Lively's coming to the basket. You got to make sure to slow him down, maybe get it. It's not like you're trying to hurt him or anything, but if you can just make sure, bump him, slow him down just a little bit. So then their lob time is a little bit off.
Another thing that could be problematic for Sacramento defensively is when AD is hunting some of these mismatches. In this next play, he's going up against Chris Dunn, a really, really good defensive player. You could see this being Keon Ellis. The Clippers are going to bring over help here. So Norm Powell's kind of in no man's land. He's trying to bump with Lively, but the second that pass went to Dinwiddie up top, he stunted toward the corner and Clay and had to recover 2 easy points for Derek Lively.
Yeah. And again, mistakes are going to happen. You're going to shift the wrong way or choose the wrong decision at times. But it feels like in a win or go home game, that type of play right there can be so deflating, can be so game changing. You got to make sure that you do not allow an easy basket like that to happen. But I say that, but I also go, okay, well, how do you make sure that happens? Is that just talking it up on defense? Like, what is it from the Kings that you want to see in that situation?
Well, and I think on this particular play, I mean, I think Powell's got to communicate a little bit with Kawhi, like, hey, have my back on if that ball's going toward Clay, right? To close out. And again, that's the thing. When you're in these situations where you're doubling, you go into scramble mode. And so everybody's got to be ready.
But then you even have PJ in a catch and shoot situation right there. And that's what Kawhi is probably thinking about too. Like,
but it doesn't matter if that ball goes to Clay.
Sure.
I mean, again, it's about scrambling at that point. And maybe if it gets swung back to PJ, someone else is recovering.
But the easy pass to Lively, deflating. And you just don't want to see that happen.
If Lively's wide open in the paint, they're going to get him the ball and he's going to dunk it. And if your weak side help is a smaller defender, that's tough.
And
that's
the Kings have a lot of smaller defenders.
So brief look at how the Mavs played in that game against the Clippers, a game they lost. And I'm eager to see kind of what they look like. But for Sacramento, I think the keys are simple. It's play fast, make or miss. It's rebound the ball. I think that's a huge one. And I think that's easier said than done. Like it really is, especially with the size that the Mavericks have. So it means Keegan, DeRozan, Levine, like those guys have to help Sabonis a lot tomorrow.
When these guys have a certain mindset, we've seen them achieve all their goals, right? Like we've seen so much success, whether that's Lyles, this is your role. Keegan, this is your role. Like you guys got to make sure you're doing all the little things. And that's why even with some of these last defensive plays of the Clippers that we would see the Kings in that position, it's really just got to be doing the fundamentals, doing the little things, making sure that you're talking up, making sure you're in the right place at the right time, and capitalizing on the Mavs mistakes.
Let us know how you're feeling about things. Kings, Mavs, NBA play-in game, win or go home. I think some Mavs fans are like, I just want to go home. I don't really care
Dang.
about this. No, there are. I feel for them.
Yeah.
Nico Harrison talked to the media today.
I know.
And it's just like he doubled down on all of this. And I'm like, stop talking. Stop talking. Okay. I have no issue with him like saying with his chest, like he's got a belief that he made the right deal. Okay. Okay, fine. I guess we'll see. But when you aren't acknowledging enough what these fans have been through and how they feel about this trade, it's a huge misstep by that front office, in my opinion. I don't know how he got there. Anyway, let us know what you think. Kings, Mavs, drop your predictions below. We'll be live after the game. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe.